Hello my beautiful Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of October right through the end of November 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know right now regarding their career and their finances? Can you please show them the way? Let them know what they need to be aware of regarding their career and their money situation at this moment in time and what is to come. So your first card there is the High Priestess. So you're in review at this moment in time. You're thinking about how far you've come, where you are right now, and certainly where you want to go to next in your career and your industry. Also, the High Priestess indicates some of you may be formulating a plan under the radar. You know, power moves in silence. So a lot of you could be doing something off-grid or not telling anybody about your plans in order to advance quicker without any distractions. But I definitely see a lot of you are in a period of learning new things or, advancing through knowledge. You could be upskilling at this time or learning more about your craft in order to stay relevant in your industry, or certainly to intuitively, move through to the next stage, to break through to better pay grades. So you could be, going on a course of learning or, reading about your industry in some way, just to maybe even go and get a certification or qualification is what I'm seeing there with that Hierophant, in order to advance, but also to open yourself up to more money so that you can have a vibrational match when it comes to your skill set. I mean, you're already very established and very knowledgeable about what you do, because the High Priestess indicates that you have come to this lifetime with a lot of natural knowledge and skills. You're very talented and very gifted, but also you have acquired knowledge along the way. So I definitely see here that you're well read and really, up on your skill set. You're just naturally gifted, but you may be doubling down on the knowledge that you have in order to open yourself up to more, so that you can break through a glass ceiling, or you can, head in the direction of your dreams and basically be unstoppable in your success, because you have the Knight of Wands there. So you're passionate, you're moving through, ticking a lot of things off your to-do list with that Knight of Wands. You're action-oriented, but also you're ruminating on, what you care about in your industry. I mean, a lot of you with that King of Pentacles, you're focused on your financial strategy and structure. You're budgeting. You're looking at your finances to increase them, of course, but also you have a savings goal there. You're sticking to that financial plan of yours. And a lot of you are, increasing knowledge, as I said, to open up new pay grades. That King of Pentacles indicates that you're attracting more at this time. You're serious about your career. And of course, you are unstoppable. You will get to where you want to go. I mean, Five of Swords is there. I will show you all the cards when I've got all the cards for you. But the Five of Swords indicates you have a lot on your mind. Okay, certainly a lot on your to-do list. And I feel like you're very busy. This is a very fast-paced couple of weeks there for you. So you may be deep in thought about strategizing or optimizing your time, your energy, and basically setting yourself realistic goals, but also refining the details of those goals to reach a certain milestone in your industry so that, you can reach a certain point, but there's more to go, if that makes sense. I feel like you're in it for the long haul, whatever this is, and I feel that there's some exciting times ahead of you. Now, I do want to address if anyone has come to this reading and you are currently out of work, you may have been searching for a role, you may have felt it's very quiet recently, you may feel like you've been going under the radar, even though you've been putting your resume out there. There may have been some temporary opportunities that came through for you, or maybe you're contemplating that at this time. But I do see, a really exciting portal opening up for you, and I mean, the door of opportunity is arising for you, and it will open, and there's some sort of high status role, high ranking position coming on in that actually brings in a lot of wealth, or you can build wealth in this role. You'll be able to save a lot. I feel it's a very serious role, but you bring a lot of passion to it. I feel it will open more doors for you in the future. So if you are, learning new skills, or you are developing what you know already, or you are going and taking a test, for example, in order to get a certification, I see you passing with flying colors or applying this knowledge to get this role. So if you're searching for a role, I definitely see here that there is one coming on in. I feel a lot of you, it's with a company or a brand or, a well-renowned company is what I'm seeing there. And there may be someone leaving that actually you take their role because you're really going to make it your own. I mean, it's a Gemini card with that lover's energy there. So it means that you really thrive in this and you're the right candidate for this role. Even the person who's leaving wasn't, as good at this role as you're going to be. And I feel you really make it your own there. I feel there is an energy of duty. I feel, you're responsible for a lot of things in this role, but you really do have fun with it because that Knight of Wands is an energy of being passionate. You're a go-getting spirit. And I feel like that Seven of Wands, you hold your own in this position. You're someone who is at your peak. You're at your best right now, and you only thrive in this environment. Also, you're very independent and you think outside the box. So you find inspired solutions in this role as well. You become a real asset to this team. Okay, I feel it is a company. A lot of you are getting a role working for a company, and I just feel this will open more doors for you in your future. So if you're asking, are you going to get a role soon? Because some of you have waited a long time. You may feel the job market is sparse. It's difficult. There is a lot of people hoping to get a role, and it just feels like there's nothing out there at this moment in time. Some of you may have taken some temporary work to tide you over, but those contracts may be coming to an end. But there's something a little bit more sustainable in your future if that's you. And if you haven't had anything for a while, I definitely see a new job coming up for you. I mean, look up the meaning of the Five of Pentacles in the resistance position because that's where it's at here. This literally means a new job coming in or a new role or hope returns and you recover a financial situation. Okay, so excited about that. With a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from this energy. Just before I leave it, actually, Seven of Wands, it's a very high-pressured environment, but I feel like there's an energy of you kind of like having a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and you kind of enjoy the role and the pace, and it, I feel it pays well. That's something that's coming out there, okay? Maybe a lot of administrative tasks as well, but I feel like you kind of love whatever this is about. Doesn't have to be administrative tasks either. It can be something that, is very serious in its nature. For some of you, even maybe financial. Maybe the financial environment doesn't have to be, but whatever role you're looking for, I see that you secure it, and it is for the long term. So for everybody else who is currently in a role, the High Priestess is an energy of having faith, even though it's been very challenging. The High Priestess is a little bit cautious as well, so you may be a little bit worried about the industry that you work in, or the economy and how it's affecting your company. If you work for a company or if you work for yourself, this can be that you're really reflective on the challenges of running your own business right now, but you've got a plan and you're sticking to it, and you may be making some moves in silence right now in order to contemplate something new, advance, or basically expand your reach in your industry. As you can see, no matter whether you work for yourself or for a company, this is about being at your center, and there's a ripple effect here. Your thoughts become things, and the High Priestess is very cerebral, so this can be a period of, being very observant, being very vigilant in your industry, but recognizing that, new knowledge is going to enlighten you, but also this wisdom will help you expand your reach or expand your opportunities in your future. I feel a lot of you, this is about learning about financial freedom at this time as well. So if you work for yourself, it could be that you are, hoping to perhaps basically have financial freedom, which this card is indicative of being financially comfortable, being very savvy with your finances, learning about maybe generational wealth structures to protect your wealth. So if you are working for yourself, this could be something that you're interested in right now. You may even get advice on that from a tax advisor or some sort of financial advisor. Because you have the Seven of Wands, this is to protect what you've worked so hard for in the first place. But also this can be about you protecting your reputation and protecting your position in your industry, no matter what industry you work in there. Now, with the Knight of Wands, you're passionate, you're a go-getting spirit. This is an energy of wanting new adventures. So I feel there is this determination within your soul that although there is a cycle of things that you do day to day to keep your career ticking over and moving forward, you may be seeking new projects or new clients or new ways of working to keep things fresh. You are a Gemini, so you need to have that duality. There's stuff that you'll do as a habit formation where there is a repetitive element to it, sometimes maybe even mundane because you have that King of Pentacles there. But the Knight of Wands is like you seeking a little bit more fizziness in the working environment, or trying to be a little bit more spontaneous, or even maybe opening yourself up to a side hustle or a creative endeavor that will actually be very exciting for you and brings in like double money. King of Pentacles there. There's two financial structures in that card. So whether you work for yourself, whether you work for a company, this could be that you're still thinking about second streams of income, okay? Because you have that card of duality with the Lovers there, which of course, as I said, is a Gemini card. This could be you looking at your options, but it is a card of duality, which means two streams of income, or, a cycle of paying attention to one thing that you're nurturing and then focusing on something else. A lot of you could even be trying to get something up and running that actually becomes passive income, something like real estate or something that is online that basically is automated, or once you've done it once, because this could be a passion project there. It could be something that you've written or something that you've created once, and then it kind of generates finances from there. People either download it or they purchase it. So for example, if you think about a book, right? You write a book once, and then of course you publish it, or a publisher publishes it, and it's out there, it's in the public arena, and it just generates, and then you could be on to the next. So I'm just giving you an idea. A lot of you could be having these ideas right now, but no matter what you're doing, I feel like you have the energy, the drive, the tenacity to take yourself to the next level, and I feel you're trusting a vision that you have right now, an idea, and you're putting a lot of energy into making it happen. Very action-oriented, and I feel like you're taking things to the top because you're going from a Knight of Wands there, right, to a King of Pentacles. So there is advancement, there is movement, improvement in your industry, and I feel like you're protecting your position as well there. And I just feel with that Seven of Cups that you're trying to be really precise about your goals and limit any distractions at this time, but also you may be envisaging something new, having new ideas, or wanting to expand your reach. If you work for yourself, this could be that you are thinking about something new for your client base or your subscribers or your customers, whatever it is that you do, so that you can keep things interesting, keep people interested in what you do. But also it could be that you're learning new skills that put a fire in your soul, that you're like, oh wow, that's new and exciting, and it's a new advancement. could be a tool that you're utilizing, or it could be a new way of working that just makes you feel excited and sets your soul on fire there. Because, the Five of Swords can indicate you're under a lot of pressure, and yes, you have a lot on your mind, but it also indicates that, humans in general, when we're comfortable, we rarely make any radical changes. We just do what we're comfortable with, right? But there is this desire here where you're feeling a little bit frustrated or a little bit like, you desire to reach for more in your career or your finances. And I feel this is a brainstorming energy where you're formulating a plan, or you are, tweaking your plans in some way, and you're ready to get moving ahead and taking action. And I feel that a lot of you could be in negotiations right now regarding a partnership, because you have the Lovers card there. And remember, a partnership doesn't have to be with another person. It can be with a social media platform. Perhaps you are marketing or promoting what you do. For some of you, it could also be a brand deal if you're already an influencer. This is definitely an influencer energy, okay? And for some of you, it could also be you thinking about a new venture with someone you really care about. So it could be you and a family member or a friend setting up a business. Always get a contract, because it just means everyone's on the same page, and there can be no conflict there. But this Knight of Wands energy, it can also be that if you do not run your own business right now, you could be passionate about something, or you have a creative talent that you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur with, or you are thinking about becoming your own boss with. So a lot of you could be thinking about structuring your own business at this time, and you're excited about it. You're a little bit nervous about it, but because you care, of course. So I feel it's going to be a raging success, and I feel like you are above the competition with whatever it is that you're doing. Very niche. I feel it's very original there, because you have the Hierophant in the resistance position. This is a card of tradition, and this is a card of being a trailblazer. So you've got it in the resistance position where you kind of want it to be. So I feel this is an exciting time for you to advance on your skill set. Now, if you work for a company, this could also be that you are in training to advance in some way, or you're pushing on through the challenges. There's a lot of pressure on you right now, and you may be kind of looking at your performance skills, or perhaps you're going to have a review over the next coming weeks and months there and be told about new opportunities. I definitely see, if you work for a company, there are new opportunities opening up for you. But also, if you work for yourself, I feel there are networking opportunities available to you where you will meet very interesting people who are very well connected, who can open doors for you, but the doors are only opening because you have the talent. So I want you to be aware that you're self-made, you're doing it all by yourself, and I feel like the time is now to level up, or, see some sort of result or reward for all the hard work and all the excitement, passion, and diligence, sacrifice, and focus that you've been putting into your career at this time. Now, of course, the Hierophant is about knowledge, and because it's in the resistance position, a lot of you are trying to learn things that other people are not thinking about or have glossed over. You may be cornering a niche in a market on something. You may even be inventing something. For some of you, very inventive energy, very explorative energy. If that's you, patent it, copyright it, trademark it, whatever it is, because of course there is the potential there for someone to want to steal your idea with that energy. And I feel, again, it's going to be very successful. There's a lot of structure around it. Just be mindful of who you trust with your ideas. Do your due diligence if you need to partner up with any company or any formation that's going to help you advance. And I feel protecting your interests is important at this time. I mean, it's always important, but I feel this is something that's very close to your heart right now. So I would definitely say pay attention and get everything in order. But also, I feel a lot of you are just learning new skills or learning as you go. Some of you could earn as you learn as well. So it could be that there is some sort of apprenticeship that you're contemplating for some of you, but also it could be a trial period on something, or some of you may be having a soft launch if you run your own business there, and you may be just working out how it kind of pans out at first, and it's going to be more successful and more fast-paced than you ever imagined. It's really going to take off there, so you will need to take a bit of a break, but I feel this is about protecting your energy. Now, on a personal level, I feel a lot of you are looking with that Five of Pentacles and that King of Pentacles at finances that are wasted or what's being a drain on your finances. Now, for some of you, it can be also that you're looking at what's been a drain on your energy. So you may look at unfinished projects or unresolved correspondences and things like that that hang over your head, and you may be like, ugh, it is draining your energy because you know it's something you have to do and you're like, I'll get around to it, but you're so busy with other things. It's just haunting you or playing on your mind there, and it can actually drain energy because it's sitting over you there. So I see a lot of you getting a little bit more organized and making sure that you get round to doing it. And once you complete it, it's done and it no longer drains you. But also I feel a lot of you with that Five of Pentacles on a personal level, I feel, especially since it's in the resistance position, it tells me that, you know, you are healing your finances, or you are a little bit more hopeful with your finances over the next coming weeks and months. You may be able to find discounts, deals, or things at a lesser price so that there's more money in your pocket, or you secure your finances and are able to take down a certain debt so it's more manageable. And of course, some of you with that Five of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, I mean, I don't know anything about this, but you may be learning about structures on leveraging debt in order to use it as an investment tool so that it can open up, you know, an opportunity for you to build wealth. You know, that's what this energy means. So a lot of you could be perhaps downloading a course on how to do that, or you're kind of like just actioning it and learning as you go. And I feel this will secure your future as well. But I feel a lot of you, there is this energy of making sure that you keep an eye on your spending, a tight rein on your finances. Not that you're not going to treat yourself, but I do see a lot of you are a little bit more hopeful regarding money over the next coming weeks and months because it's there. Now, if you are looking for new opportunities, the doors are open. The portal is available for you. So I feel this is an exciting couple of weeks there. But also the Four of Swords can indicate that I'm getting two energies here, especially if you work for yourself. You know, if you take a break, which is rare, when you're doing it all by yourself, it's hard to take a break. But when you do get that break, make sure that you actually switch off completely. But I feel like you're always on the go because that Four of Swords is in the resistance position. The energy I've got coming through, and it's typical, really. When you book a vacation or even a day to yourself, there could be a project or something that comes in last minute that you really just say to yourself, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do this, aren't I? So I feel like even if you want to leave the office early, if you work in an office, or if you want to take a day off or something, it feels like no matter what you do in the next 6 weeks, it's almost like just as you feel like, oh, I'm free, I'm going to do whatever it is that you're going to do, suddenly a project comes in and it demands your attention. Okay, so I do see that looking at the energy, I feel like you complete it, you get it done, you're so proud of yourself, but you may be a little bit frustrated that you're like, oh, that's typical. Just when I was about to walk away from, you know, the office or the desk or, you know, whatever you're doing, you feel like you're free, suddenly something comes on in. And that's especially if you are someone who's already an entrepreneur or already running your own business. I mean, when work comes in, and I feel this is something that's lucrative, this is something that is financially a big deal for you. So I feel like you kind of like compromise on that and recognize that actually it's something that needs to be done and is going to be, you know, something that's exciting for you and successful and brings in a lot of money for your future. So I feel like you're not going to ignore that, but it is something that is perhaps going to challenge your alternative plans. Okay, let's put it like that. Now, Four Swords, a lot of you are in a bit of a rush trying to get everything done because you want to take this vacation or a break there. And I feel like you're going to have a wonderful time when you are away. And even when you're away, you're really going to be thinking about your strategy, your plan, your intentions, your long-term financial goals there. But also you may be thinking about skill development at this time. I feel a lot of you are thinking about researching or, you know, developing your skill set in order to open up this access to new money, or even learning on how to, you know, have a second stream of income so that you can, you know, double down on your finances. I mean, you're going from a Five of Pentacles to a King of Pentacles. So it tells me that, you know, you are going to either be receiving more money, attracting more wealth, or securing your future in a way that builds a life of luxury. But also, I feel on a more practical level, this is you learning about making your money work for you. So you could be moving your money around over the next coming weeks there and putting like your finances from one account that has a low yield into a higher interest rate account there. And I feel it's just savvy to do. Whenever you've got that King of Pentacles, it basically means you are really clever with money and you learn how to make it work for you rather than you working for it. I mean, you work really hard, but it's nice to get some on top there with interest rates. And, I mean, again, I don't know much about that. I can't imagine in this economic climate that there are much opportunities to, build wealth that way. But I do get this energy that some of you may be like portioning off money there or trying to save into a higher yield account. And a lot of you are going to be thinking about your 401k, your legacy, your pension, and investing in that so that, you can protect your wealth for your retirement, but also for your family, your future, your, legacy, as I said there, and retirement. Some of you may even be thinking about retirement. Even though you may be like a young whippersnapper, I still feel like you're being very savvy with your finances just to make sure that you are secure in your endeavors there as well. Now, the Lovers card, of course, is about choice, and you have the Seven of Cups. So there is an opportunity opening up for you, and you get an option as to whether you want to take that opportunity or whether you want to walk away from it. I feel a lot of you will take it because it seems like it's more money. So if you work for a company, this is a strong review period where I feel like you're passionate about what you do and you are literally head and shoulders above other people. You're better than the competition. You really are an asset. And I feel like you will have a really positive feedback when it comes to your appraisal. And you are going to be told about, well, there's two things. One, you're going to be told about someone exiting, but also I feel you're going to be told about opportunities coming up in the working environment that you're in right now. And there could be a promotion on the cards here for you. If you work in a company that gives some sort of benefit, this could be commission, this could be a bonus, it could be a benefit that is personal, like healthcare, or, that would be a great benefit. But also it could be some sort of increase in your finances. Could be a small increase that's in alignment with inflation there. But I feel like you get some good financial news in this review, as it were. And if you work for yourself, I feel a lot of you may be reviewing, all the efforts that you've been putting in throughout the year, and you may actually realize you've got a little bit more than you expected. And I feel that you may be looking at your options on how to invest that or whether to take it out for yourself. Because I don't know how companies are run, but it could be that you're giving yourself a dividend or you're reinvesting in the company. I feel like you kind of split your money there because looking at the energy, it feels like you're putting it in many different things, if that's you. But the King of Pentacles is an energy of, being a reliable leader, running your own business, or being in a position where you need to step up, lead, and be an authority on something. But also it means that you are ready for more abundance. You're manifesting it. You're working hard to make it happen. And, you're committed every single day. You're bringing your A game there as well. Now, of course, King of Pentacles is an energy of being very serious. So this could be a period where you're focused on your administrative tasks, statements, invoices. Even in your home life, you may be looking at, correspondences regarding contracts, service providers, and things that are coming to the end of a term. A lot of you are looking with that Lover's card energy of rolling contracts. Something may be coming to an end or has an expiry date, but I feel a lot of you may actually love the service and you may be wanting to renew. However, you may feel that the prices are a little bit too much. You may feel like, because I see some services increasing their finances. I mean, I got to tell you what I see. I hate giving you that message, but, on the other hand, I feel like looking at the energy, you could call up someone and speak to the manager or someone who's in a position of authority there. And you could basically say, look, I'm a loyal subscriber, or I've been with you for some time and I don't want to lose the connection I have with you, and I don't want to leave your service, but I've been looking around and I've found competitors out there, because you have a Seven of Wands, which is all about competitors, okay? And we've got that Five of Pentacles there. It's like, okay, they're offering the same sort of service, but for a lesser amount of money. Can you do me a deal? And initially they may say, nope, the price is the price. And you're like, well, I'm really sorry that I have to cut off the service. I don't feel like you are threatening to leave as a game. I feel like you really are looking at the alternative right now. And I feel like suddenly they can do a deal for you. Suddenly, there is a little bit of a discount or something for your loyalty as a customer. They want to keep you because we've got the defendant kind of energy. As I said, this is kind of like competition, but it's also a defense energy. So I feel like, they kind of give you the spiel where it's like, you know what, I can only do this deal for you. And you know what, because you've been with us for some time, I'm going to like do you a favor. And you're like, yeah, right. Okay, thanks very much. I feel like you're really grateful. But at the same time, if this is a corporation energy, I feel like they can do that deal for you, but you don't get unless you ask, if you know what I mean. So I feel that could be something you're looking at. But we have that Seven of Cups energy. Now, this is about you, as I said, making a decision or looking at your options. I feel a lot of you, there is an energy of you getting a leading role or a competitive role or working in a very competitive environment. And you are still at the top of the competitors. You are someone who is at your peak, your personal best. And I feel there's an energy of remembering that, okay? Valuing yourself, valuing what you have to offer. But I do see new doors opening up for you. But also I see this is you kind of like trialing something new or opening the door, not just to more, but opening the door to stepping out of your comfort zone, trying something different. So if you work for a company, it could be like a tool or an approach to the way that you work. If you work for yourself, it could literally be like a new client who's got a lot of money and can help you advance in some way. I see word of mouth. If you're someone who runs a business and you rely on people like talking about your industry or your business and people kind of recommending someone in the industry, they're going to recommend you. Okay, so that's something that's coming through very strongly. The Seven of Cups, yes, you have a lot on your plate, a lot on your mind, a lot on your to-do list, and the energy is going to get really fast-paced. So the Seven of Cups can indicate that there may be a moment where you feel a little bit like overwhelmed or a little bit scattered, but I feel you come back to prioritizing what's important, and I feel it comes to this energy where I feel like either a schedule change or a cancellation or something, a change in your schedule in some way may throw you for a loop for a moment, but I feel like you regain composure and it's fine. I'm not sure how would that work in your industry, but that's what I'm being given, so I have to honor it. Now, if you are someone who wants to be a little bit more nomadic in your industry, you may want to work on the go, work from anywhere in the world. A lot of you could be putting those practices into motion right now, and I feel like you're going to earn a lot of money there. You could even create some creative alliances overseas or in a different area than you, and this networking opportunity opens more opportunity for you there as well. But you're someone who sets yourself apart. You're very niche, you're very different, very unique, and I feel like I just heard you are unforgettable. So that indicates that you've got the talent, you're driven, you're passionate, and there's something about you that is so unique that it sets you apart. You are a trailblazer in whatever it is that you do. So people in positions of authority could be noticing you, or people who are high up in your industry could actually be seeing you up and coming, and they want to help you on your journey or give you some advice, maybe even open doors for you or give you a hand up in some way. That's coming through there as well. Now, some of you may also be thinking about overseas opportunities, just because I'm getting a lot of this energy of like, leaving one place to go to another. So you could be contemplating where you feel you belong in your industry and what part of the world will foster better financial opportunities for you. This could be something you're contemplating at this time. It may be a bit of a headache to really work out the legalities or the structure of that, but always get advice because you don't want to misstep there. I feel a lot of you with that Four of Swords, you're protected, but just don't do it alone. If you don't understand something, then reach out and get some advice there because you have an advice card. And some of you may actually travel for work. is what I see there. I feel there could be an opportunity to move to a new branch or figurehead a new project or do something a little bit different from your norm there. But I feel with that Seven of Wands, you also maintain and sustain what you're already doing. So it could bring extra work, if that makes sense as well. Now, what else am I getting there? I just feel like you're pushing on through. I feel like you're someone who is thinking more about being independent in your working environment. So if you're not thinking about being your own boss, you may be kind of really establishing yourself and moving away from anyone who's micromanaging you to really set yourself apart as someone who is super capable, that you've got the skill set, you've got the talents, you don't need to be questioned. Okay, so I feel there could be a person who's in a position of authority, especially if you work for a company, and this person may have been micromanaging you or like just keeping an eye on you for some reason, because I'm feeling that energy. But I feel if this is not their typical trait or behavior, they could be testing you because they know that there's a new opportunity coming up there. Okay, and if you work for yourself, this could be like an overly critical person that you deal with. But I feel, you're very professional and you kind of win them over is what I'm seeing there as well. Okay, yeah, independent. You've got independent energy all over your reading. And I think I mentioned it before. I'm not sure, I'll have to go back on the video to check though, but I was getting the energy right at the beginning, so I do hope I did say it. Yeah, you're a trailblazer. You're meant to do things differently. You're being set apart from the rest, but also it's almost like you were born to do something a little bit different. And it may be a path that other people don't understand, but that's fine because it's your path and you're going to make a lot of money out of it as well. Also, some of you may have some extra responsibilities in the working environment, and because you have two cards with fire on it, this could be like you're asked to be a fire warden or a first aider or someone with extra responsibility. There may be a financial incentive to do that. And if you run your own company, you may be looking at the health and safety in your working environment right now, making sure that you have ticked off all the boxes that are necessary legally for you to run your business. That's there as well. But let's get to your cards. We've got the Rebel. So you're doing something that is off script, or there is a way of running a business or working that you normally do, and now you're trialing something different or something new and maverick. And it says here, you're a trailblazer meant to see things differently and set a new path for others. Yes, because you have the Hierophant there, some of you actually may think about mentoring other people, or you take your knowledge and decide to create something that informs others, but you make extra money from it as well. This could be something you're contemplating at this time. But it also says your rebellious spirit makes you a great system buster to teach others a better way. I feel like you find a better way to whatever it is you're doing for yourself as well. An old belief around money could be preventing you from getting ahead. I mean, I see you breaking through that because that Five of Pentacles is there. So if there's been any money blockages, I feel like you're breaking through that. A lot of you are breaking through glass ceilings when it comes to opportunity and finances. You've put the work in, so I feel like there's a lot of advancement there as well. But also, Five of Pentacles, especially with the Four of Swords there, a lot of you, you're exhausted. And if you continue, running on empty, as it were, then you may, be open to a seasonal cold or feel a bit run down. I don't like to give you that, but that's something that's there. Stay on top of your vitamins, and make sure that you look after your health, because of course working and being passionate about what you do is important, but so are you, and so is your body, mind, and soul. Now we've also got media, so some of you will actually, be in the spotlight, or, you have a platform to be heard. And I feel there's an energy here. If you work in the media, it is a very fast-paced, highly pressurized environment, of course. And, you may be opening new doors and meeting new people that will help you in your future. Anybody you network with right now, no matter what industry you're in, this person is going to help you later on, okay? You may not be aware of how, but they're going to be there to help you in some shape or form in your future. But it says step into the spotlight and get seen. Yes. So either promoting yourself or, doing something to get your message out there in some way. It says don't allow your talent to go unnoticed. And you are gifted. You are very talented. This is a card that indicates that you are someone who sees things differently, you approach things differently, and, you're the sort of person who moves industries forward, okay? And it says a career in television, radio, magazine, or any mass media job might be perfect for you. If you're an influencer online, I definitely see your reputation increasing and a lot of people loving what you do and being seen or being followed or whatever it is there that happens. But also, if you are a creative, basically, because the media is a very creative environment, I see there's a lot of opportunity where there hasn't been any opportunity. And if you feel the industry has been really sparse and very austere, very challenging environment, not much money to be invested in the arts, then, you're going to see an uptick of investment and a little bit more action going on there as well. But it says it might be time to get more publicity if you want to increase your finances. Sometimes publicity is just going to your boss and saying, hey, I've been working really hard, doing the extra hours, getting ahead. I'm just wondering if there are any opportunities available for me to level up. You're going to find out that, yes, there are, but maybe you need to put yourself forward or be seen in some way. It doesn't always have to be that you are in the public eye. It can be that you are shouting about your skill set. And a lot of you are suited to being your own boss, being independent, but I feel this is more about independent working. Okay, so that you're not micromanaged, so you're given free rein, so that you don't crush your talent. Sometimes, no matter what industry you're in, if you've got someone over you watching you, that kind of crushes the vibe. It crushes the talent. The gift of talent is that you're free to express, to explore. That's when things come alive. That's when, things happen. And you're the sort of person who goes out and happens to life, happens to things. You don't just sit there waiting for the opportunity to come to you. You're a go-getter and a goal setter as well. And I feel the two will co-align. But it says here, if you're not self-employed, it may be time to have an entrepreneur mindset. Consider investing and committing in yourself and in your own business, but also financial freedom will come from being able to stand alone, and you can do it. I definitely see financial freedom in your future. No matter what form it comes in, I feel like you're working really hard for it. But I feel like, yes, there is potential partnership here, whether you're partnering up with a person, whether you're partnering up with a social media platform, a brand, but also there's something different about you. Don't forget about that. Don't forget to, shout about that. Now, we've also got free yourself. Okay, being financially free again is coming through here for you. But it says work to pay off your debt and unlock earning potential, open to prosperity. I definitely see that you are, especially since you have that King of Pentacles there. And finally, information. Yes, knowledge. All those little pearls of wisdom are going to be the secret of your success. We never stop learning. Humans, the best thing is to remain curious, keep your mind wonderfully open, and every piece of information that comes your way, it is important. You may not realize how important in the moment, but in the future, it's always relevant. So it says to write or express yourself in words opens new doors. Say what's on your mind. People value authenticity. Sometimes, and I'm just giving you an example, the boss may ask your opinion, but if you're going to be sucking up to them and just telling them what you think they want to hear, they're going to see through that. And you're someone who is super authentic. You'd rather tell it how it is. You're not sucking up to nobody. I feel like you're the sort of person who is not a people pleaser. That's definitely that card right there. It's like you march to the beat of your own drum and you tell it how it is. And some people may be defensive with that, but the truth is the truth and people respect that. So I would definitely say what's on your mind, even if it's diplomatic, but I would still speak your truth. Also, I would say that writing, documenting what you do. Some of you, I mentioned at the beginning, you could write a book, or perhaps, you could write a manual of how to do something, or even a course of learning and put it online, and it just kind of like doubles down on itself. For example, this information could bring in extra money there, but some of you, as I said, you're going to invest in upskilling or developing your skill set and your talent. You're going to be honing that, and that's just going to help you open new doors and new money there for you as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Ooh, okay, so what do we got here? We got a lot going on here. Interesting. The key is stuck on the lighthouse. Okay, now the lighthouse connects to the hermit. So the hermit is, of course, about new knowledge, inspiration, reaching for something more, but also it can indicate solitude, working in silence, and really kind of shining away towards being inspired, being a tower of power, protecting your interests and your position at this time, but also searching for something else. I mean, some of you may also decide to take a seasonal role during this time to double your finances, and it may be something that is freelance, as it were, or it just like has a certain contract for a certain period that will also bring in extra finances there for you. And if you are a freelancer, I actually see that, yeah, it's been super quiet. Okay, you may feel like you go unnoticed and it's been a challenge, but there are opportunities coming towards you and there'll be a flurry of activity. Suddenly they all arrive at once, but I feel like you will return time and time again to whatever it is that you're doing. There will be, I'm being given numerous contracts, okay, coming on in for you. Now the key connects to the World card key, so I feel a lot of you are unlocking more abundance, you're going to be more balanced in your energy, and of course this is about your destiny, and the World card energy connects to this key, and that means you're going to be very goal oriented, and I feel the more you do, the more excited you get, the more you start to see the rewards, and I feel it's like an ongoing cycle for you, but also you complete what you start. And finally, we have a bow and arrow. So that means you heading in the right direction, keeping an eye on the prize, whatever that may be for you, locking on to something. If you think about the bow and arrow, you know, when you draw back the bow, of course, you require that focus, that stillness. And that high priestess is that focus and stillness, that groundedness. And then of course, it is about locking on to the goal that you want to hit. You're going to be right on target is what I just heard there as well. And then it's about releasing the arrow in the direction that you want to head into. Now, of course, the universe will always help you align with where you want to go, but you have to give the universe the destination point, okay? You know, there's no point like floundering if you think about, you know, the bow and arrow. If you just say to the universe, well, I would just want to earn money, okay, you universe will like, okay, you just want to earn money, and you didn't specify an amount, you didn't give a sort of like destination point, what kind of money you want to earn, where, you know, you've got to be precise. And when you lock onto that goal and be really precise, the universe will remove all the obstacles for you to hit your mark. Okay, so this card is like envisage what you want, see that door opening, and it's going to happen for you. This is a time of recognizing that your dreams can become your reality, especially since the Seven of Cups is a dream card. It's like fantasize about the best case scenario. You get to choose because you have that Lover's card there. And the King of Pentacles indicates that your thoughts become things. They materialize on the physical earth plane. They become your reality, tangible finances, tangible rewards. So I feel like you're in that energy right now, and there's a lot of good stuff here for you to come. Yes, you're under pressure. Yes, I feel it's kind of stressful sometimes because you care about what you're doing, but I feel like you're doing a great job, and I feel like what you're working towards and building towards, your consistency is literally the key to your success. You're showing up, you're bringing your A game, you're inspired, or you will be over the next coming weeks and months. You're doing things just a little bit differently, and I feel it also hits different, and the rewards are more rewarding. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Gemini. Thank you so much, and love and light.